Welcome back. Hello, thanks for watching this video. I am back again, and if you don't know me yet, my name is Didier Moulin and I welcome you on this channel. And so I talk about photography and gear, and my pleasure to share my experience with you. This video is to set up the roadmap for 2022 in a sense that I want to describe what I will talk about this year, and I hope you will find some interesting things for you. And so let's start. As you know, last year I sold my Leica SL2 and the Leica gear lenses that I had with this camera. I kept my LUMIX S1R and the 70-200 that is on sale for now, and the lens that I have here, and I will tell you later what this lens is, and tell me if you like the new look of this video and this shallow depth of field and so on. Try to guess what is the lens on this camera before I tell you. What is the target behind this? The target was to come back to Nikon. And in the future, I think that I will one day grab the Z9 or maybe a Z8 if it happens to be launched this year or next year. We will see that. So this is the target, but as you know, the Z9 is brand new, so it doesn't exist yet on the second-hand market. So, and you know my rule. If you don't know, watch my video about the gear acquisition syndrome and how to deal with second-hand market. So I will wait until I find one. So the target is at 1 or 2 years in front of me. So my plan to reach this is first of all to come back to Nikon. And to do so, I started to, of course, I have my D3S, sorry. And I founded this year or last year D3X that is in mint condition as well, and this will just joined my D3S, so I have the two bodies, and depending on the situation, the weather, the light, I will choose either one or the other one. This is it, the D3X, okay. The D3S, and now I need to rebuild my Nikon lenses lineup, of course. What I did is that I drew a roadmap, or let's say a list of lenses, focal lengths, that I wanted to acquire. And what I did also is in these focal length range, I made analyses and studies and look at what were the existing solutions, and selected the lenses that according to me were the best in these focal lengths. And going through this, I checked in many stores and websites where I can find some second-hand gear, and I checked where I could find this or this lens and the price the lens was. So for the wide-angle lens, I don't find in Nikon lineup that the 16-35 or for instance is good enough. I don't find really good reviews about this. It starts to be an old lens, and if I plan to reach the Z9 with a high megapixel sensor, I'm not sure it will work with this sensor. So I'm not yet decided to take this lens. What we have also is the 14-24 f2.8, of course, the legendary big bulky Nikon wide-angle lens. I'm not prepared to go back to this lens because I remember I had it and it's very big, and I didn't have often to use this wide-angle lens. So for now, I'm not decided. There is also the 15 or 16 millimeter AIS that I like a lot. The good thing, it's small, it's tiny, so you can have it in your bag, and when you need a wide angle lens, I can take this one, but I don't need to take a big zoom with me. So maybe this will be the final solution, something like, or maybe the 50mm from ERIX, well, I'm not decided yet. And as I'm not decided, what I found when I sold the SL2 and I wanted to try it is in the medium format camera, the Fujifilm GFX 50R and the 23mm. So let me show you this camera. So here it is. Let's take this here. Medium format. So I think you're asking yourself, well, he's telling us that he wants to go to the Nikon and now he's showing a Fujifilm. Yes, that's me, and now I have officially said that I have the gear acquisition syndrome. I can do what I want. In fact, first I like this combo with the 50mm for street photography, or maybe living in vacation and so on, without taking a big DSLR. This can be maybe the solution. The thing is that why did I take this camera? It's mainly because of this 23mm from Fujifilm, which is an 18mm equivalent, and also second hand in mint condition, marvelous lens. Yeah, for the wide angle, for now, this is the best solution I have found to address this focal length. The wide angle length will be for me this combo, GFX 50R and 23mm. But before we continue, what is the kind of video I want to do in the coming year? What I want to do is no longer only talk about gear. So this is the last one where I will explain you my roadmap. And after that, in any video that I will do, I will take, for instance, some pictures, show you the pictures and explaining you how I did them with this or this lens and camera. So of course I will continue to talk about gear, but not only gear. So let's come back to the lens lineup and my roadmap. Wide angle, it's okay. Then we have the standard. I will make a video explaining you my story about the 28mm and what I like in this focal length and the picture I took. And in fact, I discovered the 28mm with the 28 1.4 on the Nikon that I had before. I loved this lens. I found it to be very nice. One of the best G lens of Nikon I found. And then when I sold everything, I got the the Leica TL2 with the 18mm. That was a 28 equivalent. And I had the Leica Q. I had the Ricoh GR2. So I was wondering, okay, now I come back to Nikon. I need a 28mm. But after reflection and looking at my pictures, I saw that most of the case I crop a little bit my 28mm picture, finally to reach something like a 35. So maybe it's time for me to change and to take a new challenge and to try the 35, because in fact I often in my career and my story, I often had the 50mm or longer lengths, and in fact I only had once a 35, not for a long time, and I think I have to try it and challenge myself with a 35mm. So if I want the 28, I have the Leica Q, and it's very good when you are in a party with friends and you want to take pictures of people in an apartment or somewhere and you don't have a lot of room. 28 on the Leica Q, marvelous lens. But for outdoor, as I explained, I cropped the images, so I decided to get the Tamron 35mm 1.4 that I found on the used market again, and I've heard and listened and watched a lot of information regarding this lens. It appears to be better than the Sigma Art lenses. It's the best Tamron lens they have ever made. They made it for the 40th anniversary of the SP line. So I'm very happy to have found this lens on the second-hand market. It's a very nice, mint condition again, and I will challenge myself this year to make portrait and pictures with the 35mm. Talking about portrait, the next lens I found, and I will also challenge myself, is the 58mm 1.4G. And I know sometimes I hate this lens because it has a lot of purple fringes depending on how you shoot the product or the people, or you have to take care about the light and the focus point. This lens is very difficult to master. I don't yet master this lens. I'm very far from that. So this is also a challenge for me this year, to use this 58mm and to show you pictures made with this and master the focus of this lens, because it's one of the most difficult lenses I have ever used in my life. But I like the challenges. So next, talking about portrait, the marvelous lens that I found is the 105 1.4G, not GE. This lens also second-hand, mint condition, new, with a filter in the front. Nothing to say about this lens, nothing to complain. It's a jewel, one of the best portrait lens from Nikon. So this is also a challenge because I'm more used to work with the 85 1.4 that I hate for some reasons. So I will also this year make pictures about the 105 1.4G and show you the results. About the portraits, I found also something incredible, that is a 200mm f2 VR2. But I found it in second hand also with warranty, and the autofocus was doing, I found it was too noisy. So I sent it back and it's under repair at Nikon, under warranty. So they are missing some spare parts. So I waited to come back and to be able also to play with this thing. It's 3 kilograms, it's heavy lens. I already played with it a little bit and made some amazing picture. I found myself that they are amazing. You can see the difference between f2 and 2.8 when you are at 200mm compared to the 200mm in a zoom, for instance. And well, I'm very happy to have found this lens. And again, it was a top-notch quality, nothing to say, nothing to complain, except this noise in the zoom. And so the motor of the AF will be changed, so I will have like a brand new 200 f2. I'm happy with this. And the last fixed focal length that I have in my bag now is the 300 f4 PF E. So this is an E lens also, the 300mm. Same thing, second hand, and I'm eager to show you some and to make first some pictures with this and to see again the result. The good thing with this lens is look how it is small for a 300mm. And then I have two zoom that I found also recently. The 24 to 70 f2.8 VR, so this is the second one that Nikon made in Japan, excellent quality, working very fine also. I'm so pleased to have found this lens at the price I found it, and I've read a lot of bad things about this lens, so I wanted to judge by myself. You know, it's like last year when I bought the Leica SL2, I wanted to judge by myself and I sold it because, okay, I prefer the S1R. So yes, look at this. The 300mm is even 300mm is even smaller than the 24 to 70. So just to let you know how impressive this lens is. As I told you, the 14 to 24, I'm not ready to go back to this lens because it's too bulky, too heavy. but the one that I decided to get also is the 70 to 200 VR FL. Why the FL and not the VR2? First, because the VR2 has this very well-known issue that is about the focus breathing. The VR2, when you are at 200mm at a close subject, in fact, it's more 135mm. So I don't like this. I don't like the fact that when you buy a 70 to 200, in fact, you have a 70 to 135 for close-up portrait. And as I love portrait, I didn't want the VR2 for this reason. And now the Z70 to 200 is on the market, and some people are switching from the F mount to the Z mount. You can find some 70 to 200 FL on the used market. It's very rare, but when you find it, take it. Like I explained in my last video, if you find something and this is the thing you want at the price you want, okay, you have waited to find it, you took your time, but when you find it, okay, go for it, and don't wait too much. Very happy to have found this one. I already made some picture with this and I'm very pleased. And also what I decided to take is the TC20E3, so the last one with the aspherical lenses inside, because paired with this lens I can reach 400 f5.6, so I will try and see how this works together, and paired with the 200mm f2 I will get a 400 f4, so I'm very eager to get my 200mm back and see how it works with this converter, two times converter. So that's it for my Nikon lineup and my roadmap of the video I will make this year. Now you know my what's in my bag. If you have some preferences and you want me to test one lens before another one, don't hesitate to tell me. The thing also that I will show this year is when I use some AIS lenses that I have never sold. So I have the 28 2.8 AIS, I have the 105 2.5 AI, and I love these two little lenses. And I will show you also some pictures that I will do this year with these lenses. So okay, that's it for today. I am very happy that this subject is closed for me. I have found the lenses that I wanted for my Nikon cameras. I have my two Nikon D3S and D3X, so I am ready to go out and shoot depending on the situations and the weather and the lightning conditions. And now I'm ready to show you pictures starting the next video, and we will talk about picture in 2022. So have a good day, and talk to you very soon. Don't hesitate to comment and tell me what's your favorite lens and what is your plan for 2022, for instance. Goodbye!